Hey, Mike here. I want to do a quick update on my portfolio, what I think is going on in the stock market. On Friday, I ended up selling a couple positions. I sold Newmont, the France Telecom Company, this Italian telecom company, and MT. And what I'm doing is, with my account, or what I've been doing, is on last week I sent out a monthly newsletter. I said I wasn't using stop loss orders on my positions, and what I was instead doing was looking at my overall account and how it was moving up and down, the value of it. And I've been buying in since August in the stock market, investing in it, and had built up a lot of gains. And on this correction, of course I lost some of them. And on Friday, Newmont took such a big hit that I could see I was in a position where the market were to continue to decline for a week or whatever, I would end up being essentially even, and I don't want that to happen. And the thing is, the way that would happen is because I'm using margin, right? So Newmont was down 8%, and I liquidated that, and also some other positions I've been holding that have been lagging the market, and I've now essentially gotten out of that, so I'm in a position where if the market were to continue to decline, it won't be that big deal of me. And I've also freed up some buying power now that if I want to use it later in the month, I can do. I can buy some different stuff, and there's some places like Ireland that I think look really exciting and attractive right now. I own this new Ireland ETF, but there are some individual stocks I may buy later on. So that's why I basically sold a couple positions, is looking at my overall account and seeing that, this is the action on Friday. There was selling in gold stocks and elsewhere. There are other days where everything is up, but on Friday that was not the story. So anyway, let me show you Newmont real quickly. Newmont got just smashed. It came out with news that it expects to have negative cash flow in 2013. The thing is, the stock is still extremely undervalued on a fundamental basis, and in the long run, I think it's going to be great. But over the next 6 months, it's probably going to lag other gold stocks because it's going to have to repair the damage it's just taken, and people are now negative on it because of these analyst reports. But I think, next year is going to be tough for it. They're investing in lots of new mines, a lot that are costing more money than expected. But after next year, everything should be fine. But it may be a stock that I end up buying again later in the future. But right now, I think it's going to lag, and that's why I sold it. And also, I sold other stocks that I own that have broken down, that are in a position where if the market were to decline more, they may end up dropping more than I would want them to do. So I don't know if the market's going to drop like that, though. This is the S&P 500, and what we've seen is a correction since September, right? Thursday, the market on the S&P 500 built a base at the 1400 level, rallied Thursday, then Friday reversed and came back down. What does this mean? Well, one or two things, which is basically the same position we were in a week ago, but one or two things. Either the market's going to break down again, probably fall the S&P 1390, 1380 or so, and make a final panic bottom, which would mean the VIX would spike up, the number of bears would increase and so forth. But I don't think the market's in danger of a giant correction, but we could see one final move down. If not, then the 1400 level is going to hold, and we're just going to go sideways around it and turn up before the month is over. Either way, I think before this month's over, the market will be higher than where it is now. It's just a matter of whether we need to see a little bit more of a drop first, or if we're just going to go sideways some more. Now, when it comes to world markets, the story is still the same. It's sideways. These markets aren't breaking down. They're holding up. They're in a position where they're still going to break out ahead of the S&P 500 to new highs. And if even gold stocks, even though Newmont fell and Barrick, right? Barrick crashed too on bad earnings, but even though that happened, gold stocks still look fine. You know, they had a massive rally since August. They're simply correcting back on it. So I'm not worried about them. You know, they're just going sideways. And, you know, the metal itself is merely, if you look at the big picture, I've got several emails, are we now in a bear market for gold? No, just because we're pulling back, you know, we've gone up tremendously. We're retracing some of those gains. We're still above the 150 and 200-day moving averages. It's a normal correction, and you'd expect that to happen. And if we break out again, it's off to the races. So I'm still bullish on the markets, even though I did a little bit of selling last week. But I was doing that as more of a money management thing, looking over my whole portfolio. And I'm in a position, since I've sold a little bit, where I can now buy some additional positions over the next couple of weeks if I choose to do so. But my stance in the market hasn't changed, and I'm still excited about the European markets. Are going sideways, and I still think they're in a position to break out and again and just go completely crazy. And you know, Greece, about, you know, even though it's another one I've got in Little Mules Act because it's fallen too the past couple of days, but look, it's gone from $9 to 20 essentially, or 18. It's doubled. So a sharp pullback is nothing to be concerned about. And I'm in here, and I'm holding this as a long-term investment. No intention to sell. And right now, this market, Ireland, is the one I'm most excited about. Here's a long-term chart. That's Ireland. It's forming a giant base. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at now. My overall stance in the market hasn't changed. You know, we're still in this consolidation, correction, whatever you want to call it. We could go a little lower to here. Either way, you know, we hold up here. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I'll give you another update. The picture isn't totally clear right now to me exactly how things are going to play out, but I'm still confident before the month's over the market will be higher than where it closed at on Friday. So anyway, if you got questions, leave comments below this video and I'll answer them. So talk to you later.